All signs point to this as a family gathering in the near future in New Jersey, with two insiders in agreement on where this situation winds up and the generational impact it will have on the New Jersey Devils. Welcome in to Devils Digest. Glad that you guys are here today. So some more news on the Quinn Hughes situation. Pierre Mcguire saying, I still think New Jersey's probably leading the pack. Jeff Marek in agreement with that. So, with New Jersey kind of being the front runner, I think from pretty much almost everyone, as being the landing spot for Quinn Hughes. I mean, we know the brothers are there, the team's good. It seems like that's where things wind up. Now, where things wind up and how you get there are two different things. Like, I think we all kind of feel Quinn Hughes finds a way to New Jersey, but where do we get there? How do we get there? I mean, obviously, one route is just waiting it off. He's up in contract in just under 2 years. You can wait it off and sign him in free agency. But if you want to get a little bit more aggressive, be a little bit more proactive, and go make a trade right now, you got to find out something that Vancouver likes. I mean, it's got to work for Vancouver, even though New Jersey, I think right now, has all the leverage because they have the two brothers, and it kind of sounds like Quinn Hughes is on his way out of there. You have to find a way to make it likable to Vancouver, and I think Vancouver, where they're going to start with Simone Nemec. Look at Simone Nemec's stats so far this year: 26 games, 6 goals, 15 points, 39 shots. He played 30 minutes last night. Look, this is looking like that second overall pick that Tom Fitzgerald used to draft Simone Nemec. That's what he's looking like this season. And when you have a player like that starting to look really good, starting to look like that second overall pick, I mean, his value also goes up as well. And you think about the situation with Simone Nemec. When he was drafted second overall, I think a lot of people kind of saw that as well. You know what? Tom Fitzgerald might have reached a little bit. You know, you had guys like Shane Wright, who was a projected number 1 overall pick that year. Logan Cooley was still on the board. It kind of felt like, well, you know what? Tom Fitzgerald really likes this player. And it was almost like it was a personal pick. You know, Tom Fitzgerald sees a player on the board. New Jersey's drafting high again. See, it might be getting a little bit hotter for Tom Fitzgerald. It's fine. We're taking Simone Nemec. Tom Fitzgerald goes ahead, takes Simone Nemec. No, Simone Nemec isn't going to play in the lineup that year. He's not going to help him that year. And he says, you know, it's all fine. We want Simone Nemec. So when you take a player like that inside of the top 5, and you've picked top 5 a lot more recently than you probably want to be doing. When you take a player in the top 5 who maybe teams or people or fans felt like you might have reached on, I think he holds a little bit extra value to Tom Fitzgerald, because this was Tom Fitzgerald's guy. And with the way he's playing right now, I don't think you do it. Look, I know bringing over Quinn Hughes would be, you know, obviously you're bringing over generational talent, a player in this league who, I mean, he's right now definitely top 2 defenseman. 90-point player, probably can hit 100 points one day in his career. You bring in one of a player like that, but you do let off Simone Nemec. And now, like I said, bring over generational player, you find a way to get it done. But when he is up in 2 years, I mean, you do have to think to yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth taking off Simone Nemec, who looks like having a career year? Devils have relied on him a ton since the defense has gotten injured. They played him 30 minutes last night alone. Do you take away from that to bring over Quinn Hughes? Now, if the Devils do decide to make a Quinn Hughes trade, obviously they have to find something that Vancouver likes. And, you know, Jim Rutherford is no stranger to making blockbuster trades. And this is a guy moved off of James Neal, brought in, you know, Phil Kessel. I mean, this guy isn't, away from making blockbuster trades. Now, this would probably be his number 1 biggest blockbuster trade. He takes probably the best, most talented defenseman in Vancouver Canucks history, and he moves him off mid-season. I mean, that would definitely be probably the biggest blockbuster trade that he's ever made in his career and probably will make. But when you look at Jim Rutherford's situation, whether it be Jim Rutherford or, you know, whoever you want to think of, it's not really him who wants to do it. I mean, this isn't a situation where Jim Rutherford, it's not like a personnel situation, like the player performance. It's not like a player performance isn't great, we need to make a trade. No, he's basically being forced into it. That's where New Jersey has the leverage. That's why they can kind of go, well, you know what, Simone Nemec, maybe we would have done it in the summer, but right now, Simone Nemec looks really good. And Tom Fitzgerald was critical last year of Simone Nemec because that is a personal pick. He went a little bit higher than you maybe thought. He goes second overall. New Jersey picking top 5. Tom Fitzgerald believes in what he's doing here, and he picks Simone Nemec. So maybe in the summer where things weren't going as right for Simone Nemec, and maybe he wasn't part of the plan in the future. They had it, they have defensemen signed, they have Luke Hughes. Maybe he's no longer part of the plan. Well, things change quick. And right now, Simone Nemec looks completely part of the plan. He looks like a number one defenseman. He's playing like a number one defenseman. They're relying on him with the injuries. I mean, who are they relying on more right now? I mean, think about the defensemen on this roster. They signed Dougie Hamilton to a 7-year deal, $9.5 million in 2021. Who are they relying on more, Dougie Hamilton or Simone Nemec? I mean, this is a young defenseman who they are relying on. So when you have that going on and you're seeing the impact when this team's injured, what Simone Nemec can do, all of a sudden you go to Vancouver and you go, well, you know what? We have the leverage here. I mean, we have the leverage. Look, Vancouver is trading for Jack Hughes, Luke Hughes, and Quinn Hughes. Even though they already have Quinn Hughes, they know they need Jack and Luke to make this thing work. Why would New Jersey ever trade away Jack and Luke and Quinn? Because that's what New Jersey would be doing, and that's what Vancouver would be doing. Look, New Jersey, as of right now, has Quinn Hughes. The question is, when do you get him over here? How do you get him over here? Do you make an in-season trade? I mean, I threw up this. Look, Antoine Siliev, 10th overall pick. Seamus, Casey, Lennon, Hemanyoa, 2 first-round picks. Look, I think it's worth it for 2 extra years of Quinn Hughes, 2 extra playoff runs. I'll do it. That I can do. Because then I look at the defense and it feels a little bit more solidified. I have, Simone Nemec, Luke Hughes, Quinn Hughes, my number one defenseman, new number one defenseman. The Hughes brothers are both happy. That I could do, and I can live with doing that mid-year. I'd rather not give up Simone Nemec. I don't think that needs to be part of the deal. Now, Jim Rutherford, I think he'll do everything in his power to make sure Simone Nemec is part of the deal. But when you think about it in terms of the leverage that these two teams have, New Jersey clearly has it. I mean, they have both brothers. They're the better team. Quinn Hughes' contract comes up before any of the other brothers. I mean, it was really important to get Luke Hughes signed. Luke Hughes is signed. I mean, where would Jim Rutherford necessarily go from here? It'd be really tough to figure out a way to kind of make this work for Vancouver. I think we all kind of know where he's going to wind up. And from what it seems like, people, the insiders, they all agree where he winds up. The question is going to be, how does he get there and when does he get there? I think 2 years obviously is the mark. I mean, within the next 2 years, he's a New Jersey Devil. But how do they get there? Vancouver's going to try hard for Simone Nemec. Look, that's who they're going to want. Simone Nemec has been playing better. He has the potential. He's younger. I mean, that's the player who they would want in the end. But I don't think New Jersey needs to do that anymore. They just have the leverage. They have the brothers. They have the better team. Their brothers are signed longer term. They have all the leverage here. It'd be really tough for Vancouver to get a deal done. And I mean, look, you're looking at a generational type of defenseman. It's very clear. Vancouver's offense is ran through Quinn Hughes. And to say that about a defenseman, I mean, that's saying something. When he's on the ice, Vancouver's getting the scoring chances. Look, they know how big of a deal this would be to lose Quinn Hughes. It's not something that's going to be fun. It's not something that's going to, Vancouver fans are going to be cheering about. No matter however it gets done, they're not going to be cheering about it. But I mean, you see how Jim Rutherford's handled the media so far in this situation. What he's came out and, said to the media so far in regards to Quinn Hughes. Look, I mean, this is what he's saying in the media. No, I don't think so. I think as long as we stay the course and keep getting younger players that we feel will play in the NHL and contribute to a team that can become a consistent playoff team and a contender, then that's what we would do. He's already said that, might not be about winning right now. It might be about the brothers. Maybe change perspective if they can bring the brothers over here. Look, he's basically saying to the media, I'm just the fall guy. I mean, he's not like, it's not like a Nico Harrison situation and Luka Doncic where you didn't have to trade him. No, I mean, if you look at Jim Rutherford's situation, wherever Jim's there, then they can throw him, $15 million. They can say they have a contending team. Well, New Jersey is a contending team. They have the brothers and, they'll make the money work. So it's Jim Rutherford's basically the way he's came out here and talked to the media is basically saying, look, this is out of my control. He's getting ahead of it, saying this right now is out of my control. As much as he might want it to be in his control, as much as he might be doing as much as he can to make it that it is in his control, it's not. At the end of the day, Quinn Hughes wants to play with his brothers. He wants to play in New Jersey. And that's what's going to happen eventually. Hopefully I can break it down soon and say that Quinn Hughes has been traded to New Jersey. But we'll have to wait on that. Hopefully they find a way to make it work. I don't want to give up Simone Nemec. We'll see if he's in that deal. Look, over the summer, I think I would have done it. And I usually don't like giving up on young prospects early. But when you're talking about a generational defenseman, 90-point defenseman, things change. Scenarios change. But in this case, the scenarios change with Simone Nemec. He's looked really good this year. They've relied on him a ton. I don't think you move him. I don't think they move him. Let me know down below, though. Do you have maybe some trade ideas, some trades that you'd like to do for Quinn Hughes? Because I think we all want him over here. And I think we would definitely give up a good amount just to get him over here 2 playoff runs earlier. Let me know down below in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys all really soon.